Hello my lovelies, it is time for round 50 of Have I Read It? So stay tuned. So if you're new here, Have I Read It is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. And the way this one works is I react to a haul over 3 years ago and I tell you for the books, if I've read them, if I haven't read them, if I've unhauled them. And out of the books that I still own that I have not read, you get to vote on what book or books I should read in the upcoming month. So earlier this month you would have seen that I did my Have I Read It 49 and I ended up having to read the top 2 books. I'm really nervous about this one because there's a lot in this haul. Yeah. So the way this works is if there's 10 or less books that I haven't read, then I have to pick the #1 voted book. If there's 11 to 20, I pick the top 2 voted books, and so on and so on. And you can vote for as many books that you like, and I will announce which ones win in my Cards Against My TBR video later towards the end of the month. Okay, so the haul that we are reacting to today is my Book Expo and Book Con comic and graphic novel haul. There was a lot. So I have the video pulled up. I'm not going to go and search for all of these things. I'm just going to kind of keep a tally on my computer of how many, and I'll pull up on Goodreads to tell you about them. You ready? I'm not ready. Okay, let's do this. Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I have my BEA and BookCon graphic novel book haul for you. So stay tuned. So as you may have seen from my thumbnail, I got a ridiculous amount of comic books and graphic novels while I was at BEA and BookCon. And I had to make a video just about those because there were so many. So to start off, I have a couple of samplers, I think. I don't think they're the actual full graphic novels. Could be wrong. But I ended up with 2 of the Debbie and Pearl Digital Detective, The Memory Thief. And it says it's a advanced reader copy chapbook. So I'm not entirely sure if it's just a... Okay, so as far as the little samplers, I'm going to skip past those because I can just tell you I've unhauled all of them. I don't have any of them anymore. Actually, I think I might have to just skip the regular comic books too, because now that I'm thinking about it, I honestly don't know if I kept any of those. I read some of them. And I'm pretty sure I unhauled most, if not all of them. And I would have either given them to Xander or just unhauled them in general. Like took them to somewhere to donate or whatever. So I'm going to skip past those as well. Okay, so the first graphic novel that I have here is Mooncakes. I have read Mooncakes. Yay! Alright, next up. Next up is DC Superhero Girls at Metropolis High, written by Amy Wolfram and illustrated by Yancey Labette. I have read Superhero Girls, or DC Superhero Girls. I think I did unhaul that too though, so I'm just going to mark that as unhauled. Next. Next is A Quick and Easy Guide to Queer and Trans Identities. I have not read that one, so let me pull that up. Okay, this says, in this quick and easy guide to queer and trans identities, cartoonist Maddie G and J.R. Zuckerberg guide you through the basics of the LGBT plus world, covering essential topics like sexuality, gender identity, coming out, and navigating relationships. This guide explains the spectrum of human experience through informative comics, interviews, worksheets, and imaginative examples. A great starting point for anyone curious about queer and trans life, and helpful for those already on their own journeys. So if you want me to read this, that's a really long title, so let's just say Guide to Queer and Trans, and that'll be enough. If you want me to read that, vote for A Guide to Queer and Trans. All right, next up. Next we have Little Witches, Magic in Concord. I don't think I've read Little Witches yet, which is like I don't think I have. It's like a Little Women witchy mashup, and I think it sounds super cute, but I don't think I've read it. So let me mark that. So this is a middle grade graphic novel by Lee Dragoon, and it's a retelling, like I said, of Little Women, and it follows Jo, Meg, Beth, and Amy as witches in training. Okay, that's all I'm gonna read of that one. So if you want me to read this, vote Little Witches. All right, next up. Then we have Pandora's Legacy by Carol Leopard and Kelly and Nicole Matthews. I have read Pandora's Legacy. Next. Next we have Stanislav Lem's The Seventh Voyage. And this is a graphic novel by John J. Muth. I have read The Seventh Voyage. Next. Next we have The Avant-Gardes Volume 1. I have read The Avant-Gardes. Next. Okay, next we have Lumberjane's The Infernal Compass. I have not read that one, but I feel like that is not the first one in that series, so let me check. Okay, so from what I can tell, that is the first book, or the first graphic novel, set in the Lumberjanes world, but it's not the Lumberjanes. Or, I don't know. It says book OGN1, but it came like well after the others, because there's like books 1 through 20, and then there's book SS1 and SS2, and then there's books OGN1, 2, and 3. Let's see. For this particular one, it's by a different author too than the rest. It says the first original graphic novel set in the award-winning and critically acclaimed Lumberjanes world. When the Janes start to become separated during an orienteering outing, thanks to a mysterious compass, Molly becomes more and more insecure about the effect of her relationship with Mal on the other girls. Meanwhile, a lonely woman explorer is trying to steal the compass. With the help of some weirdly polite automaton butlers, it says, based on the New York Times bestseller and multiple Eisner Award and GLAAD Award winning series, Lumberjanes, The Infernal Compass, is written by Lila Sturgis and illustrated by Poulter Inc. I don't know. Because it's so far down on the list, I feel like that's one that I need to read the rest of the series before reading it. So I'll have to see if my library or somewhere I can get this if y'all want me to read it. But I'm going to say, if you want me to read this, just vote Lumberjanes, and I will try to find volume 1, which is Beware the Kitten Holy. Just that title alone sounds super cute. And yeah, I will read that. All right, let me mark for that one too. All right, next up. Next we have R.L. Stine, Just Beyond, and this is The Scared School. I did read Just Beyond. Next. Next up we have Sunny Rolls the Dice by Jennifer L. Holm and Matthew Holm. I have read Sunny Rolls the Dice, and it's so cute. It's middle grade. It's adorable. And it's like D&D. It's cute. All right, next. Next up we have Genderqueer, a memoir by Maya Kolbabe. I have read Genderqueer. Next. Okay, this next thing, I don't know if it actually classifies as a graphic novel or something else. But this is The Secret Spiral of Swamp Kid by Kirk Scroggs. I actually have read that one too. Next. Okay, next up is the first book that I actually purchased while at BEA, and that is Sheets by Brenna Thumbler. I have read Sheets. Next. The other two books that I purchased were also graphic novels. I got book 1 and book 5 of the Babysitter Club graphic novel series. Okay, so I have read book 1. The reason why I bought book 1 and book 5 is because they're like different people that have redone the story. So yeah, I read book 1, but I haven't read book 2. So I wouldn't want to go to 5 yet. So, let's see. Oh, I guess I did buy book 2, but I haven't read it yet. So book 2 is The Truth About Stacy, and it's about Stacy's new, and she's from California, and she's diabetic and all of that. So yeah, if you want me to read that one, you can vote The Truth About Stacy, or yeah, we'll just go with The Truth About Stacy. All right, let me mark that one. We're up to 4. This is going way better than I expected it to. The next be like Book Expo and Book Con one is not gonna go as well, I'm sure, because whereas this is like comics and graphic novels, the other's the books. All right, next up. Okay, next up is Midas by Ryan North, Shelley Paroline, and Braden Lamb. I have not read Midas. Okay, that puts us at 5 now. Okay, this says, Space Captain Joey, Navigator Fatima, and Scientist and Dinosaur Cooper are headed to Earth, a planet completely sectioned off, abandoned, and covered in gold, and are confronted by the most powerful weapon in the universe, some ancient dead guy's body. Now they've got to keep King Midas's body from being dropped on planets across the universe and figure out exactly what to do with a gross dead dude with one truly ridiculous superpower. So if you want me to read this, vote Midas. I can't remember if I marked on this one or not. I'm just gonna guess not and mark it now. All right, next up. Next we have Hotel Dare by Terry Bloss and Claudia Aguirre. I have read Hotel Dare. Next. This is another one that was in there. Hex Vet, Witches in Training by Sam Davies. I have read Hex Vet. Next. Next we have The Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill. I have read The Tea Dragon Festival and I've unhauled it. So I'll mark this one as unhauled. Next. Next up is No Ivy League by Hazel Levant. I have unhauled No Ivy League. Next. Next we have Moonstruck by Grace Ellis and Shay Beagle. Volume 1, Magic to Brew. I have read Moonstruck. Next. Okay, next we have Deadly Class, 1987, Reagan Youth. And this is by Rick Remender, Wes Craig, and Lee Lothridge. And this is now a sci-fi original series. I have not read Deadly Class, so let me pull that up. Okay, this says, it's 1987. Marcus Lopez hates school. His grades suck. The jocks are hassling his friends. He can't focus in class, but the jocks are the children of Joseph Stalin's top assassin. The teachers are members of an ancient league of assassins. The class he's failing is Dismemberment 101, and his crush has a double-digit body count. Welcome to the most brutal high school on earth, where the world's top crime families send the next generation of assassins to be trained. Murder is an art, killing is a craft. At King's Dominion School for the Deadly Arts, the dagger in your back isn't always metaphorical. Okay. That sounds awesome. So if you want me to read this, vote Deadly Class. All right, let me get back to the video. Oh, and mark that. That puts us at 7, I think. All right, next up. Okay, next up is Black Mage by Daniel Barnes and DJ Kirkland. Okay, I read this one and I've unhauled it. Also, my battery is flashing, so let me go change that out and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry if the angle changed. All right, continuing on. Next up, I have not one, but 2 of The Destroyer by Victor Lavelis. I have read Destroyer. Next. Okay, next up is The Magician's Alice's Story by Lev Grossman with Lila Sturgis and Pius Bach. I believe that I have unhauled that. Next. And then last, but certainly not least, the one I am most excited for, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, Volume 1, High School is Hell. I believe I unhauled that. Yeah. I didn't care for how they redid things. And yeah. But I did read it, and then I unhauled it. Oh my goodness, that did not go as bad as I thought it was gonna go. I think we only ended up with 7. So I'm only gonna pick the #1 voted book. So comment down below what you want me to read. You can vote for as many books as you like. And yeah, I'm just gonna pick the #1 voted book, which I will tell you the results in my Cards Against My TBR video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.